Alright, well, hello everybody. This is Chris. I just wanted to do this because I noticed doing YouTube videos seems to be the main thing to go, or main thing to do these days. And I've been following the tiny house movement for a little while now, and it's something I've always wanted to do. You know, building things has always been my passion. And the tiny house thing seemed to be a great way to go for me. For the simple fact, you know, I wanted to get out of the Phoenix area and want to be able to go see new things. It looked like a great idea. And to be honest with you, for my budget, it was getting a little bit more out there, you know, a little bit harder to reach. So when I stumbled upon this opportunity, I jumped on it. You might see in the background here that I'm in a camper trailer. It's a 1993 Hitchhiker II fifth wheel. It's 29 feet long. I actually got really lucky getting this. Something my parents had. They had purchased it so that they could build their house up in Prescott, and they stayed in it for the time that they were building. And then it sat in their property for 2 years, and eventually my mom was like, I just want this thing gone. I don't care what you do with it, I want it gone. So I was able to get a truck that could pull it, outfitted it to be able to pull the trailer, fix the brakes, pull it off the property, and now my mom's raised garden bed sits in the spot that the trailer used to. So win-win on both sides. I get a camper trailer, and my mom gets her garden area. But like I said, it's a 93, and it is 1993 completely on the inside. It's in great shape, structure looks good. I've only found a couple of different signs of maybe water leaks, but all in all, it's a remarkably good trailer. Everything works. Refrigerator needs some work. It doesn't like to work on electricity, but it works just great on gas. No plumbing. Well, there was a couple of plumbing leaks, a couple of pretty major ones that I had to repair already. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to redo the entire plumbing system just to eliminate all of that old stuff. In Prescott, it had some issues with mice, so I got to get behind the walls and make sure there wasn't too much damage done by them. And just all in all, insulate, re-insulate, make sure everything's in good shape, and then redesign it the way I want it. Because like I said, it's 1993 inside. I don't know if you can tell, these are blue, baby blue mini blinds behind me, and that valance is just horrendous. So I'm gonna update it. I'm gonna try and give it like a woodsy cabin feel. You know, so lots of dark woods and greens, and just make it more homey. Got some better insulation ideas, and I just figured I'd document what I'm doing here. I'm gutting this thing. Okay, I'm taking it down to the frame, I'm taking the walls off, I'm redoing any electrical that needs to be done, all the plumbing, all of the insulation. I'm just redoing this thing. I'm going to repurpose as much of it as I can, but I'm gutting it for the most part. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and give you a tour of the camper. There's still a few things that's a little bit messy. I have gone ahead and gotten started on the bedroom area, so I'll post a picture here in the video that shows what the bedroom area looked like on the one camping trip I took it on before deciding to do this remodel, before starting the remodel. But you can see it's 1993, and it's all right, but I wanted more updated, or at least a different appearance, a different look. So let me go ahead and flip this camera around, and I'll get that. I'll show you what it looks like in here. All right, as you can see here, there's the door, and I've got some mess here. The dog bed from camping still there with the vacuum cleaner in it, and some water jugs. But anyway, there's the front door. You look back in the bedroom where I cleaned it, started tearing it up already. Right here is the entertainment center. I mean, look at that stereo. That's got to come out. That's got to be replaced. All of that, this whole cabinet's going to be redone and give it a more modern feel. It does have the one slide out And here's a slide out over there is where I was sitting previously. But those baby blue blinds and those valances, that couch, granted it is a pull-out bed couch, but it's got to be reupholstered or something. The dinette set, that's got to go. That's I don't know, that's pre-90s, I think. But all of this is still in relatively good shape. Under the kitchen sink here is where the water heater is, and there was a major leak down there. Replace the faucets, paint over the wallpaper, microwave. You know, all of this stuff here is still in pretty good shape. You can see I've got some aromatic cedar here I'm gonna use on the backs of the closets. Refrigerator, stove, freezer, all that's good. Let me walk you back here. We've got the vanity area. Everything's good. The main closet. Over here, got the bathroom, tiny little space, shower. I've already replaced that shower door, but that wallpaper's got to go. But the shower door was just falling apart already, so I had to replace it before my camping trip. Didn't use it, but replaced it anyway. But as you can see in here, I've already started tearing all this out. And you can see where the insulation is falling down. That's the outer skin. I mean, there's not much to these walls. It's just 1x2s, and then, or not even that, 2x2s, and then for framing, with the insulation and the outer skin holding it all together, and the inside. So I'm going to redo all of that. I've got this nice thermal barrier that I'm going to put up there by the skin, or on the inside of the outer skin, then the insulation on top of that, and then I'm thinking maybe a plastic sheeting, and then whatever I decide for the walling, or for the wall pieces, the paneling. But again, the baby blue blinds, this one's still got the valance on it. But the insulation, I mean, yeah, that piece fell out, but you can see down there. Let me see if I can, down in this area here, there was a gap there. You can see over here, there's some gapping up in this area. So it's not exactly insulated very well. And I want to make sure that it is, because I can tell you right now, it's Phoenix, 110 degrees. I've had this air conditioning in here running for, God, at least 4 or 5 hours, and it's still really hot in here. So I want to get the insulation done better, keep the good temperature inside, and keep hot and cold outside. Another thing that my parents had kept telling me about was that it would get really cold under the bed. So when I took out the bed framing, I noticed this 4-inch thick insulation foam board that my dad had filled that cavity up with, because they could just feel the cold just emitting through the floor and into the bed. And which, you know, is a great idea for a short-term resolution, but you know, I plan on taking this thing out and possibly being long-term in it. So I wanted a better insulating solution, and one thing I did here was there was a step right here. You can see the pieces line up there, but there was a step here to get up into the bed section, and I tore that out to see what's in here. You've got the front cavity. There's my converter from 110, from 110 to 12 volts. And then if you look, I don't know, the light's kind of dim in here. All right, there we go. Now we got the light on. But you can see up in there, you see that pink, that's insulation. Then you got framing, you got some insulation over there. But if you come over here, so you've got this pink here, and then open blank space, trailer framing, open blank space, and then more insulation. And it just continues on like that. And it's like, Well, there's this big open space here. That's where all the cold's getting in, or heat, or whatever. And that's over the tongue of the trailer, over the tongue jack. So, yeah, I'm going to pull up these floorboards and get in there and insulate that all real well. Put that thermal shield in there as well. And, yeah. So, and then this ugly pink carpet's got to go. But yeah, that's where I'm at now. Like I said, I'm going to do some more documentation on this. There will be some videos you see where I'm actually doing installation. I would have shown how to take those cabinets out. Luckily, they were all held in with screws. I mean, there was one issue, and let me show you here real quick. There was one issue here where they were stapled in from the top. So I had to rip those out, because you'd have to take off the ceiling or take the roof off the camper and pull those staples that way. But other than that, everything else, you can see the screw holes. Everything else was just screwed into place down here and down in the floor there. So there wasn't a whole lot of problems with getting those out, even with the cabinets that were up here. Granted, this light wasn't here, but yeah, this light, the cabinets that want to go across, those were all screwed in. The cabinets on the sides were all screwed in. The bed frame was screwed in. So it wasn't a whole lot of problems getting everything off. The only thing that was stapled mostly was the wall paneling. And, you know, with a little bit of oomph, a little bit of brute force, it comes off. Some of the screws in the cabinets were hidden. I had to take out some interior paneling, and maybe when I get these other pieces taken off, I'll go ahead and document those. But yeah, so that's it for now. I'll go ahead and sign off and get to work, and that's it.